Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is the show where you get to ask a house cleaning question and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's question comes from a house cleaner who says, I'm a professional. I go to these people's houses, I clean all day, every day. I do this for a living. And I go to a particular customer's house, and every time I go, she gives me a to-do list. She's trying to micromanage my job. Now, I don't show up to her business and tell her how to do her job. And so is this appropriate? Is this acceptable behavior? What should I do? How should I deal with this? Okay, so I like this question, and it comes down to a couple of things. The customer is giving you a to-do list because, number one, they're hiring you for a particular service. And so they want to have control over the job that you do. It is a control thing. Second of all, it probably goes back to bad experiences they've had with other house cleaners where maybe they weren't very clear. And so the house cleaner came in and cleaned and left. And I've heard this story way too many times. The customer comes home, they look around the house and they're like, was my house cleaner here today? Because I'm not sure. I can't tell if my house cleaner actually came and cleaned anything today because they weren't very specific about what it was they did. And so because they've had experiences like that, now they want to leave a to-do list. And they want you to check those things off on the to-do list like, yes, this is what I did when I was here today. Now, if you work from a worksheet, you have your own checklist. And so if you don't have a worksheet, you can go to savvycleaner.com/worksheets, and you can download a worksheet that I've used for 25 years. You can change the information on the top, which is your name, your phone number, your email address, all that stuff. Change the rules on the back and your PayPal account because it has all my rules and regulations on there. You can edit it and make it your own. But use a worksheet when you go to a customer's house because what you're saying is, these are the things that I did while I was at your house today. The things that you check off are also the things that you're guaranteeing on your satisfaction guarantee. So if a customer is leaving to do things for you, it's number one, because either you're not being thorough enough, or they have specific requests, or it could be something totally different like they want to feel really important. I'm paying all this money for a house cleaner. I want the house cleaner to make me feel important. I want them to recognize that I have specific needs. And so if you treat every one of those things on the request like, oh, this is so important, I want to make sure that I do the best job to clean underneath that rug, or to make sure that this bookshelf is straightened, or the things that you are going to do anyway, right? You want to make them feel like, oh yes, I'm paying attention to your special requests. Because when you do that, guess what happens? They feel important, and they recommend you to their friends and their neighbors. And that is how you get repeat business, referral business, and you get recommended from that customer when you make them feel important. So instead of taking the opposite approach and I'm like, oh, hey, I do this for a living. Like, why are you like trying to micromanage my job? Take it instead like, oh, this customer's trying to help me. They want me to be the best house cleaner that I can be. And they want the confidence of knowing that whatever their request is, I'm going to go out of my way to make that request happen for them. Because when you make them feel that way, that's when the referrals come. That's when they start leaving tip money. Oh, hey, I thought I'd give you an extra $25 today. Yes, thank you so much. It's because you went out of your way to make them feel like you honored their request. Now, here's what's going to happen. After you've done this for a period of time, you've come back for 6 months, 8 months, a year, whatever, there's nothing for the customer to leave you. There are no to-do lists. They know how you work. They know your checklist. You have your own checklist. And they will eventually back off. They will eventually say, you know what? She cleans everything. It looks amazing when she leaves. And they will just send you thank you notes instead of to-do lists. Now, on the rare occasion that you have some weird psychotic control freak that's going to leave a whole bunch of to-dos for you that have nothing to do with the job that you bid, and they want to take out extra money because they're not using the dining room today, or they want to add in extra projects that they don't want to pay for, and that is a weird, chaotic relationship, and you really need to stop and analyze that relationship. If this continues on, and this is just bad behavior, you need to either have a conference with the customer and bring up these issues, or you need to let them go. Because this is a really competitive industry, and there are house cleaners that would love to have that client. But if it's a client that causes you a lot of stress and you look at your schedule for the day and you're like, I'm not going to Mrs. Niven's house. No way, no way. And it makes you sick and you get stressed out and you hate it, then Mrs. Niven's should not be on your schedule. The world is too big. There are too many house cleaners. Life is too short. If there's a customer that makes you go mad, you need to say goodbye. So if it's something that can be worked through, totally work through it. If it's something you cannot work through, then say goodbye. Okay, so that's my tip for today. If you like it, please pass it along to a house cleaner that means something to you. There's an important house cleaner in your life. Share these tips. Okay, so that's it. And until I see you again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.